Do you know it's only in 3 days? That's all it took to wipe out $2 trillion and expose the biggest lie Wall Street's been selling you. Right now, as you're watching this, the most powerful people in finance are realizing they bet everything on a narrative that just collapsed. And you're about to understand something they never wanted you to know. Because here's what nobody's telling you. This isn't about AI failing. It's about discovering that everything you were told about who wins in technology was a carefully constructed illusion. The Nasdaq just had its worst week since November. Bitcoin fell from $126,000 to $70,000. That's not a correction. That's a 40% obliteration. Companies like CBRE and Charles Schwab, massive, stable, traditional firms, lost 16% and 11% in days. But the real story, it started with a single Chinese startup you'd never heard of 3 weeks ago. January 27th, 2025. DeepSeek drops an AI model that performs just as well as OpenAI's flagship. The one that cost $100 million to train. Their cost? $6 million, maybe less. The market imploded instantly. Nvidia lost $600 billion of market cap in one session, the biggest single-day wipeout in stock market history. Not because the company did anything wrong, but because every investor suddenly realized the emperor had no clothes. See, the entire AI boom was built on a premise that you need infinite computing power, infinite data centers, infinite energy infrastructure. Trillions of dollars were being poured into chips, power grids, real estate for server farms. The promise was simple. Spend now, profit forever. Then DeepSeek showed up and said, actually, you can do this for 99% less. And just like that, the foundation cracked. But here's where it gets worse. This wasn't just a tech stock problem. The contagion spread like wildfire through sectors that were supposed to be safe. Commercial real estate companies collapsed because if AI doesn't need massive data centers, who needs all that office space? Trucking and logistics firms dropped 20% because a new AI tool called Semicab can optimize freight routes so efficiently it might eliminate half the trucks on the road. Financial services firms like Charles Schwab got hammered because a startup called Altruist just launched an AI tax planning tool that does the work of an entire wealth management team. The fear isn't theoretical anymore, it's here. And it's spreading faster than anyone predicted. Now let's talk about what this actually means. Because the market isn't just reacting to one Chinese company. It's reacting to a philosophical shift. For 2 years, big tech sold you a story. AI requires scale, and scale requires capital, and capital creates moats. Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, they spent $600 billion combined on AI infrastructure in 2025 alone. They told you that spending was necessary, that it was the price of dominance. DeepSeek just proved that was a lie, or at minimum, a massive overestimation. And investors are asking the obvious question. If you don't need to spend $100 billion to compete, what happens to the companies that did? That's the existential crisis. Because suddenly, all that capital expenditure looks less like strategic investment and more like reckless waste. Every data center being built, every GPU purchase, every energy contract, it's all being repriced in real time. The Nasdaq dropped 3% in one day when DeepSeek launched. The S&P fell 1.5%. But those are just numbers. The real damage is psychological. Because once investors lose faith in the fundamentals, the sell-off becomes self-reinforcing. And it doesn't stop with tech. Here's what happened last week. CBRE, one of the biggest commercial real estate firms in the world, lost 16%. Why? Because their CEO made one comment on an earnings call. He said, "If AI reduces the number of office workers, demand for office space will decline." That's it, one sentence, and the market panicked. Because if AI can replace knowledge workers at scale, then entire industries built around those workers collapse. Real estate, insurance, financial advisory, media, the list goes on. Netflix dropped 6%. Disney wobbled. Salesforce, ServiceNow, SAP. Software companies that were supposed to be AI winners, they're all down double digits. The market is trading on fear now, not fundamentals, fear. But here's the twist you need to understand. This isn't actually about AI destroying value. It's about AI redistributing it. DeepSeek didn't break AI. It democratized it. And that terrifies the people who were counting on a monopoly. Think about it. If advanced AI costs $6 million instead of $100 million, then suddenly every startup, every mid-sized company, every university lab in the world can compete. The moat disappears, the competitive advantage evaporates, and the trillion-dollar valuations based on that moat, they vanish overnight. That's what Wall Street is really afraid of. Not that AI won't work, but that it'll work too well for too many people at too low a cost. And here's the part that'll blow your mind. This was predictable. History is littered with examples of expensive technologies being commoditized. Mainframe computers, software development, cloud storage. Every single time, the incumbents panic, the market corrects, and then the real innovation begins. We're watching that cycle play out in real time. Except this time, the stakes are bigger. Because AI isn't just another technology, it's the foundation of every future industry. So when Bitcoin crashed from 126,000 to 70,000, losing 40% of its value, that wasn't random. Crypto has been trading as a tech proxy. When tech panics, crypto collapses. Add in hawkish Fed signals, geopolitical uncertainty, and a government shutdown, and you get a perfect storm. Over $5 billion in Bitcoin liquidations happened in 2 days. Traders using 100-to-1 leverage got wiped out instantly. The 24/7 crypto markets amplified the chaos because there are no circuit breakers, no weekends, no pause button. And now? Bitcoin's holding around 70,000, but the sentiment is destroyed. The crypto fear and greed index hit 5, the lowest reading ever recorded. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have bled $6 billion since November. Half of all Bitcoin in circulation is now held at a loss. So what do you do with this information? First, understand what's actually happening. This isn't the end of AI, it's the end of the AI hype cycle. The companies that survive this will be the ones with real products, real revenue, and real moats that aren't based on computational monopolies. Nvidia will be fine, not because their chips are irreplaceable, but because they've built an ecosystem that's deeply embedded in every AI workflow. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they'll adapt. They have to. But the bloated mid-tier companies riding the hype, the ones with no moat, no differentiation, just AI slapped on their investor decks, they're done. Second, stop thinking in terms of tech versus traditional industries. That distinction is meaningless now. AI is coming for everything. The question isn't if your sector gets disrupted, it's when. Real estate isn't safe. Finance isn't safe. Logistics isn't safe. Even creative industries, the ones people thought were immune, are getting automated faster than anyone expected. The winners in this new paradigm won't be the biggest spenders, they'll be the smartest allocators, the ones who figure out how to leverage cheap, accessible AI to create value faster than their competitors. Third, and this is critical, volatility is not the same as collapse. Markets correct. That's what they do. The S&P has pulled back 6%. That's normal after a massive rally. The Nasdaq is down 10%. Also normal. What's not normal is the speed and the psychological damage. Investors are scared. And scared money makes bad decisions. Here's the thing about moments like this. Most people panic. They sell at the bottom, buy at the top, and blame the market for their losses. But the people who actually build wealth? They see through the noise. They understand that market crashes are wealth transfers. Money doesn't disappear. It moves. From the panicked to the patient. From the reactive to the strategic. You're watching this video, which means you're already asking the right questions. You're not blindly following CNBC. You're thinking critically. And that puts you in the top 5%. But here's the hard part. Knowing what's happening isn't enough. You have to act on it. Not emotionally, not impulsively, but strategically. That means identifying which companies are genuinely undervalued versus which ones are falling for a reason. It means understanding that Bitcoin at 70,000 might be a generational buying opportunity, or it could drop to 50,000 if macro conditions worsen. The point is, you need a framework, not hope, not hype, a framework. And the framework is simple. Focus on fundamentals, ignore the hysteria. Position yourself for the inevitable recovery, because the recovery will come. It always does. Let's talk about what happens next. Because the market is asking one question. Is this a leverage flush or the start of a structural repricing? If it's a leverage flush, then we're near the bottom. The data supports this. Whale accumulation of Bitcoin just hit the highest level of this cycle. Open interest in Bitcoin futures collapsed 58% from its peak. That's capitulation. And historically, when open interest bottoms, prices follow soon after. But if this is a structural repricing, meaning the market fundamentally revalues AI infrastructure, then we could see months of downward pressure. The truth? Probably somewhere in between. The market overreacted, but it wasn't entirely wrong. AI infrastructure spending will slow. Not stop, but slow. Companies will get smarter about capital allocation. That means some stocks will never recover their highs, but others, the ones with real moats, real products, will bounce back stronger. The key is knowing which is which. The last 72 hours weren't just a market correction. They were a wake-up call. A reminder that narratives can collapse overnight, that trillion-dollar valuations can evaporate in a single session. But here's the opportunity. While everyone else is paralyzed by fear, you can be strategic. While they're panic selling, you can be positioning. This channel exists for one reason: to give you the information the institutions don't want you to have, the insights that actually matter. And if you found value in this breakdown, if you now understand the AI reckoning, then you need to subscribe. Not because I'm asking, but because the next crisis is already forming and you need to see it before it happens. The people who win in markets like this aren't the loudest. They're the most informed. And right now, you have a choice. Stay informed or stay behind. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Because the story isn't over. It's just beginning. And when the next shoe drops, and it will, you'll be ready. See you in the next one.